Hello, hello. Welcome back. Today we are doing a recovery ride. So we have been doing a couple of races yesterday, and yeah, I feel quite exhausted. Heart rate went up to more than 180, which is relatively high for us. So today we'll just take it slow. We are on Douce, France, in the French world um, on Zwift, and there's not going to be any racing in this one. No personal bests. No attacking any climbs. No nothing. It's really just going for a very easy ride out. So I just checked the two worlds that are available today are Paris and France. Paris is done. There are essentially only two rides in Paris, and I've done both of those. And in France, we have only done the RGV. So it's good for us to get a chance today to take off another route, getting that route badge and the points associated with it. So yeah, it's about 24 kilometers long, I think our speed is going to be probably somewhere around 20k on average. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but nobody really cares. We are today trying to stay in zone 1 as much as we can, because this is for recovery. So we are trying to get the lactate that built up yesterday, trying to get that out of the muscles and just stimulate the cardiovascular system just very slightly to get the blood pumping a little bit and hopefully make that move the lactate out of our muscles. Massage is another option to do that, or these percussion massagers, these massage guns that you can use. But why not get on the bike and just do a very easy peasy ride? It's essentially like a coffee ride where, you go to a nearby coffee shop, sit outside, have a coffee and a cake, and yeah, then maybe do a very, very small loop, go to the next coffee shop, have another piece of cake, and then go back home. And which better world to do that in than France, which is so very famous for its coffee culture and little cafes, bistros, cakes. Anyways, so I hope you enjoy this part. I think we have about 140 something odd vertical meters, which is also not going to be a lot. So easy peasy riding today. For those who have watched my races from yesterday, I actually rewatched them. So I just put the video up and had a chance to rewatch them this morning. And yeah, I was really toast. What was slightly disappointing is that in the Let This Fast race, no, sorry, the crit that I did later that evening in I think it's the Richmond, yeah, that I had nothing else, nothing left to give for the final sprint. And I saw that there were a couple of dots, blue dots in front of me, and blue denotes C category. So I thought, okay, it doesn't make any sense to race for the minor places. And so I essentially gave up in the final sprint. Not that I had anything left anyways, but I think if I had known the results beforehand, I might have tried to give it actually my best shot. But so I was quite surprised then to find out that we actually made it to third place in the C category. Now, that can have a couple of different reasons. It could be that others who started in the C category, that others who started in the C category showed such high power that they were bumped up to the B category. That's one reason. Or that some of the data just didn't look right, so they got disqualified from the race. That's another one. Could also be that they didn't wear a heart monitor or didn't have proper power data, which would also lead to them being disqualified from the results. So as a tip, always race for the line if you can, because you never know. There's a decent chance that you might actually make the podium. And this is what we did yesterday with a third place. And it would have been nice if we had dug in quite a little bit more to maybe get up 1 or 2 more spots on the podium, because the other two were actually within a second in front of me, and I saw them sprinting by, but yeah, as I said before, I saw a couple of other blue dots as well and thought there's no reason to sprint for like 7th place or so. Anyhow, so even if there are a couple of your category riders in front of you, you never know if maybe one gets disqualified or yeah. And if you don't care so much about, getting on the podium, that's fine. But the points associated with that will give you get ranking points on Zwift Power, and those ranking points would also be much higher if you were to come second or first. So if you're into that, if you want to make up some spots on the ranking, that's another reason why you would want to race all the way. Anyways, those are just my 2 cents about the racing done yesterday and about the how those races turned out. I saw that the other routes here on in France, they are quite climbing heavy. So we have La Reine, which is 1200 meters. We have Ventop, which I don't even know how many vertical meters it is, but painful. We do have Road to Sky, which I already finished. But yeah, there's a lot of heavy climbing involved in most of those routes. And yeah, for today, there's definitely not going to be any climbing for me. I'm just very happy to chill out on the bike, do a very, very easy going ride, and just relax a little. That being said, there is a chance I might get back on the bike later and do maybe another race or another more spicy ride. We'll see. Oh, I apologize. My goodness. I actually slept all right, but now being on the bike seems to be quite taxing. So anyhow, ooh, German friend sporting the same jersey. So we give him a ride on, and look at that. We got a ride on right back. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And there are people saying that bikers are not friendly. So that might be true for some in the real world and probably for some here on Zwift as well. But I have to say that I really do enjoy the camaraderie and the friendship on Zwift, and the people I used to go biking with in real life. Oh, definitely good people. Definitely a nice bunch. Miss them a lot. Most of them are either in Denmark or in the US. Some of them in Germany. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch up at some point in the future. So our HR max is 50, just over 50%, which is perfect. So we are sweating a little bit, but there's actually no big force on the system, on the legs. It actually does feel really, really nice to just, sit on the bike, not having to pedal hard and just spin the legs out a little bit. Yeah, under normal circumstances, I would probably also go and use that time to check my emails or, play some stupid games on the computer, like on the phone, do my shopping online, stuff like that. As one of the people I follow, Kirsten Kulczynski, is always saying on Strava, junk miles, and that's such a perfect word or a phrase for describing putting some miles in, shaking the legs out, and doing something else at the same time. Let me just check something real quick. Oh, did I just say Kirsten or Kristen? I hope I said Kristen Kuczynski. If not, then I really do apologize. Luckily, this is a channel that has, I think, 2 subscribers, so shouldn't be a big deal, but yeah, of course, my apologies. Kristen Kuczynski, one of the best esports Zwifters on the female side. Incredible performances. I really love watching Zwift races on the men's and women's side. Just incredible what people can do. And for her, what I also really love is I saw some interviews with her where she was just over the top nice, very how to say, very accommodating to the interviewers, very friendly, answered every question, seems to be very level-headed, not a big ego. Yeah, seems like a very, very friendly person. So love to see that. And that certainly helps with the sport. To have people like her representing esports, representing biking and the Zwift community. Yeah. Anyways, I think there's the World Championships coming up soon, which I can't wait for. So really excited to see the races and how they unfold, how how people will manage to get through those newly developed worlds. Yeah, look at that, already 7K in. So yeah, just maybe 500-600 meters left, and then we have already a third done. Beautiful. I didn't change any of my setup. I am biking on the frame I'm using is the uranium, because it's supposed to be slightly faster than the air road. And as for the wheels, I'm using the Zip 808. Those are actually the fastest for the level that I'm at. And we just leveled up to level 28 yesterday. So, woohoo! Yeah. But as you can see, we barely made a dent into level 28 yet. And we've probably been, I don't know, biking already 80K or so. So it's going to take a while now to level up. And I started on Zwift pretty much on the 1st or 2nd of October. And so it's been 3.5 months or thereabouts, with essentially 2 weeks off the bike, where I was either on vacation / sick or at home / sick. So maybe we've been doing 3 months and a week or so. And for that, we are actually doing all right with being up to level 28. A friend of mine from Germany, she started pretty much on the same day as me. And I think she is already level 30. But she is just an incredible rider. Very, very much focus on endurance, very long rides. I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, that she actually won the Mallorca 312 kilometers on Mallorca, and she won that twice, or at least 2 times. Yeah, incredible. And I think she's about my age, maybe 1 or 2 years apart, but yeah, incredibly strong. So now we definitely have a third done, and we're just over 20 minutes. Which might mean, yeah, that it will be about an hour, probably slightly longer. But we are no pressure. We don't have anything else to do today. There's public holidays in China due to the Chinese New Year celebrations. I think today is the 3rd or 4th day of the New Year 2023, the year of the rabbit. And I'm off until Saturday. Sunday is supposed to be the first working day again, but I will take that off because I will be in Beijing, and on Monday I will come back to here, Baoding, in the northeast of China, just an hour and a half or 2 hours away from Beijing, southwest of Beijing, in the Hebei province. So yeah, and so I hope to get maybe one more ride in later today. Again, I haven't decided yet if it's going to be a race or if you should maybe try to do another stage of the Tour de Zwift, because we have only done one so far, and which was the second stage, which I also posted on YouTube. That actually became a race rather quickly, and that one was also quite painful because we went up to more than 180 beats per minute, and that was only topped in yesterday's 2 races. But anyways, so stage 5 is on at the moment, which is London. And now, for those following me, know that I just finished London, the whole world of London with all their rides. And sorry, not London, New York. Sorry, yes, New York. And so I did the Gotham Grind, the Knickerbocker and the Knickerbocker Reverse, and then the Everything Bagel. And those are actually 3 of those are the rides offered on stage 5. The Bagel, the Everything Bagel as the long ride, and then the Knickerbocker Reverse, I think it is, for the medium distance, and the Gotham Grind for short distance, which is only, I think, 9K. But since it's not a race, I might just do that later to have that done and have that stage ticked off. Because there's some kit that will be released with when you finish all the stages. And as you can see, I'm still sporting my Mercury Island kit that I actually really like. But it would be nice to have another option in your closet, and maybe bring out the to the Zwift apparel for some of the times. So we'll see. So let's get some ride-ons. P. Otten, friend from the Netherlands. So just 1.5K till halftime. And it also seemed as if we have been doing more of the climbing already in the first half. Because if I remember correctly, the total climb for this ride is supposed to be like 140 vertical meters, and which means that we have only 40 left. Yeah, beautiful scenery as always. Oh, that actually looks like we are on the aqueduct. Okay, I actually never ridden up from this side. The RGV is the one that goes the other way around, and that I've been riding many times. Every Sunday, the Cycle Nation group used to be on here, and this was the first ride, or the first time I did an Imperial Century, like 161 kilometers on the reverse course on the RGV. So time to use the power up, because we are essentially flat, and this way we'll be able to grab a new one once we go through the KOM arch here. So let's see what we are getting. Arrow, very nice. Probably one of the better ones. Nice to have an extended downhill section. Not that this ride is very strenuous, but still nice to rack up 2 kilometers by going downhill. All right, and we are halfway there. 12.1k done, 12.1k to go. 109, now 110 vertical meters done. So should be pretty flat from here on out. HR max is also down to less than 50%, which means that we're in zone 0. And it seems like there is another, I guess, a sprint coming up. So we want to make sure that we use our power up before. Because then, yeah, we get a new one. And we don't really care if it's going to be anything useful, because the ride is very mellow. But there's always a chance to get the big bonus, which is 250 XP points. And that would be nice, because that would bring us a little bit closer to the next level. And 250 points is the equivalent of 12.5k ridden, roughly the same as we've been riding so far. So would be nice to get that as an additional bonus, so to speak. So let's see what we get. We get the small bonus, 10 XP points. All right. There we drop a ride on for Mr. Meyer from Austria. Yeah, so far I really like this. And again, I've been riding this, or a section of this, in reverse on the RGV, and I really enjoy that as well. And also in general, France is such a lovely place. Yeah, when I was living in Germany, when I was a student, and yeah, going to school still, went to France for pretty much most of the vacations, because one thing that I really love about France is that the country is very diverse and offers a lot. Like it offers perfect spots for summer vacation, same as for winter vacation if you would like skiing. And yeah, I used to go with my best friend, used to go to the Atlantic side in France, south of Bordeaux. Actually, much further down than Bordeaux, another 100k or so, relatively close to the Spanish border, to a very cute little town called Vieux-Beaucoup, where it was for Europeans, it was the hotspot for surfing. And I don't mean windsurfing, but like wave surfing, boogie boarding. And so we went there every year, stayed on the same campground every year, had a ball, had a blast. Yeah. Has some very cute little nearby towns, Osgore and Capoton. Yeah, when you go then over the border to Spain, you have San Sebastian, which is also very nice. Yeah, very, very good memories. Very, very good memories. And for winter vacation, from Germany, it is quite far, but it is also very high. So if you go to Val Thorens, Val d'Isère, La Plagne, Les Arcs, yeah, you could always make sure that you had snow. And yeah, we did that as well every year on multiple occasions. Austria was definitely a little bit closer, but often it didn't offer the same security to have snow as you would have had or as you had in France. And for the poor student I was, Switzerland was quite expensive, especially if you go to the big areas. You could go for smaller, lesser known ski resorts. And we did that one year, which was really, really nice. Don't recall now top of my head what the name was, but was essentially a 2-week vacation in this like very old hotel. It was like a little bit, shabby, but they tried to revive it to its former glory. And from there you actually could see the Matterhorn, the very famous Swiss mountain that is depicted on, I don't know, Toblerone and on so many different pictures, seeing looking over the Alps. And we saw that from the dining or breakfast room. Well, it was a really, really nice vacation. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I don't recall. It was a very small skiing area of only, I think, 100 something kilometers of runs, but it was not the runs that we were after, but the off-piste challenges the area offered, and of that it had plenty. So yeah, maybe it will come to me. But yeah, had a really, really good time there. All right, and see, been talking so much. Now 2/3 done, 1/3 to go, and 41 minutes, which means that we'll be ending this ride just a couple of minutes after the hour, I guess. We are still at 52% HR max. Our average wattage is 85 watts. So that is 1.1 watts per kilo. Perfect. So yeah, I couldn't have wished for a better recovery ride. So yeah, let's see what I will feel like later. If it's gonna be a race or another badge hunting. There are a couple of other 20-something odd kilometer rides with not too many vertical meters that would do very well for a recovery ride. Yeah, not quite sure. So in a few seconds, we have a couple of riders catching up with us. First a German rider, and then an Argentinian, and then looks like maybe an American. Could be Malaysia, but so let's give some ride-ons. I think the kit he is wearing is the 100 kilometer ride kit. Gray, that you only unlock once you have ridden 100 kilometers in one go. So actually now we can see it a little bit better. It is actually the American flag. And so let's give both of those guys also a ride on. Yeah, earlier I was briefly considering going for a pace partner ride. But yeah, then I can never remember. So I would have signed up probably for 1.4 watts per 1.5 watts per kilo. And yeah, that would have definitely been or it might have gone to zone 2, and that was not at all what we are planning to achieve today. So I'm very happy that instead I decided to go for this particular one here, and unlock a route badge if everything goes well. See a new route. And it's not that we need any drops. As you can see, we have 2.4 million. And we don't even know what to buy with those. So having this multiplier to get more drops per ride is nice, but not really needed. Especially if you follow swiftinsider.com. He has a very nice exhaustive list of things that you should buy that gives you the most bang for the buck on Zwift. And I think the next item he recommends as a must buy comes in on level 31. And 31 means we're probably having to do 1000k between levels on average. So that's like 3000 kilometers. So that's probably 2 months-ish. Depends on how many long rides we are getting in. I try to be above 300 kilometers per week, but that is only possible if I can do long rides on the weekend or like now on vacation. But as you might have seen on YouTube, the last 2 times we were on the Cycle Nation ride, we had to drop out simply because we saw that the heart rate was running off. And yeah, I was still a little bit nervous with not having completely been through with COVID. And then I didn't want to do didn't want to get elevated heart rate for such a long time. And yeah, I think there was still, like last weekend, there was still a day where we got in like 80 kilometers or something over 2 or 3 different rides. But then, you know, it's up to our pace, what we want to do. That was also nice. After we are done with this one, we already have 24. Yeah, probably a little bit more kilometers under our belt. So for those who watch some of my videos, they probably know that I always try to at least finish on a full kilometer so that we get the extra 20 XP points, but also to finish on a prime number. Finish on a prime number, or at least on a number where the sum of digits sum up to be a prime. And for the day, I kind of always aim to do at least 50. Days like today, where recovery is the main objective, are maybe a little bit of the exception, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get on the bike again a little bit later. So with that being said, We should go through the banner at just over 24K, which means that we'll definitely do 25 and might do a couple of more. Just for the heck of it. Just beautiful scenery. Makes me really yearn for Europe. Yeah. Well, the plan is at some point later this year to go to Europe for vacation, see the family. I have a sister with her family. She has 2 beautiful kids, and really love seeing her and her family. Love to see my parents, and I still have one grandmother left. My other grandmother, she unfortunately passed away last year at the ripe age of 100, and it really broke my heart that I couldn't go and see her before she passed. And yeah, I would definitely want to make sure that I visit her grave and pay my respects. She was an incredible woman, incredible grandma, always there for the family. She has been going through lots of hardship during her life, as you can imagine, because she was born in 1922, meaning that she did see the war, the Second World War, and lived through everything that came after it. Then her husband, who she loved like very few people have this ability to love someone like this. From all I heard, they were this very happy, loving couple, husband and wife. And he passed away about a week before I was born. So she lived, almost 46 years without him, which must have been incredibly tough. Never remarried. Always had a picture of her late husband. Never would give any other man a second look. And my cousin and I We were born a week apart, with her being the elder of the two of us, and so we had a lot of time that we spent at my grandma's, and we have very, 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 very fond memories of that time. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely needs to happen the next time I'm in Germany, to see the spot where she was laid to rest, right in with her husband. And although I'm an atheist, I do hope, in some cases, I do hope that I'm wrong. This would be one of those cases where I just hope that she will, or she is reunited with her husband. Anyhow, okay, so that took a slightly dark turn. My apologies. But those are things also nicely done on rides like this. Just let your mind wander wherever it takes you, and for me it often happens that I think about, future, what I want to do, about people I miss. Sometimes it's work. Sometimes it's a problem from work that I don't know how to solve yet, or sometimes it's random things. So sorry that it took me down this path, but yeah, thanks for indulging me, and thanks for listening. If you made it through this video so far, it's been going on for an hour almost, so yeah, thanks for sticking around. So now, if this was a somewhat race situation, I would probably accelerate, because if we were to go just faster than 30k, we had made it to finish this ride in less than an hour. Now it's a little too late, or to finish this route, I should say, in less than an hour, because we might actually just stay on this course for a little bit longer. Yeah, so okay, it seems like we are topping out at 133 meters vertical. Is there's no additional kick here towards the end. Yeah, very nice flat course. Highly recommend you do. Very beautiful scenery. Takes your mind off things and lets you just enjoy, yeah, a little bit of the countryside and what seems to be southern France. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, we have zero ambitions for the climb, for the sprint here. And let's see how many XP points we are getting. My guess is 370. Let's see. And we are done. 480. Okay. So always nice to be positively surprised by getting more than what you thought you would get. So 480 XP points, the equivalent of 24 kilometers, which is the distance we just covered. So well done. So now we'll just be finishing on a nice number. Again, my guess is going to be maybe 20, I don't know, 29 would be nice. Prime number. So do we want to do 4 more K? That should be around 10 minutes. Yeah, I guess we can do that. So maybe we can also then finish on 1 hour 11 and 11 seconds. That would be nice. So I think this is what I will do on my watch, that I will try to stop the Garmin exactly at 1:11:11. So we'll see if we'll manage. All right, let's do just 4 more K. Yeah, usually I come down those wiggly bits here and then go into the sprint that finishes at the finish line that we just went through from the other side. So let's give Sam a ride on. There you go. Just some little downhill. Yeah, and those wiggly bits here, it's when you come from the other side, it's very easy to lose contact to the group if they are blobbing up quite nicely, because oh, thank you for the ride on, Ika. Because if they blob up and it is very rolling terrain, meaning, you know, in this case they would have -3%, -2%, -1, and sometimes there are sections when it slightly goes back up, and this push and pull can lead to you. Thank you, NJ. this push and pull can lead you to lose contact to the group. So thank you, Weichert, M. Weichert. Thank you so much, much appreciated. So I just need to start a new song. So let's get back on our map in Zwift. Just to see if somebody comes by, flying by, then we'll be giving him or her another ride on. Makes us happy, makes them happy, I'm sure. All right. So we have about 2 kilometers left. Yeah, I love this section here. Very hard to race because you need to push constantly, keep the pressure on the pedal or on the pedals. So it gives you the false safety of being in a group and you think you can just let it roll. But that's not quite true, because there are those small areas where then the road takes up and then you would just lose contact. Well, I think I see the aqueduct there in the distance. So let's just use our arrow. It seems flat or going downhill for this section here. And the arrow boost is only, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20? I'm actually not sure. Thank you, E. Wilts. He's one of the guys that I bike with on those Cycle Nation rides. South African guy. So let's see what our power says. 87 watts average What is 87? 1.2, 1.3 watts per kilo. Perfect. All right, so we will stop now in 300 meters. So we have done then 29K. Perfect for an easy night ride out. We shook the legs a little. They feel much better now than they did earlier this morning or yesterday evening. So thank you for joining. Thank you for if you stuck with throughout the video. Very happy. Thank you. Any recommendations, let me know in the comments. Feel free to send a YouTube write on to me. Would be very much appreciated. And subscribe if you like. And I will see you in the next one. Take care for now. Enjoy your Wednesday. And I'll see you soon. Ride hard. Have fun. Tight. Bye bye.